dragon cervix will literally bite your head off, so let's talk about the mating manual dragon entry. So last time we talked about the anatomy of the tank dragon here, you guys didn't get the point. You shouldn't stick your head in the hoo-ha. This gumdrop road is not meant to be followed. And just because a dragon's churro roll is as tall as you doesn't mean you need to be in the thing the churro roll goes in. Because let me give you a breakdown. You see, this is the head. This is where the goo-goo gum comes from. And if you go into the hoo-ha, let's look at what happens. So inside the fun tunnel is a mouth-looking thing. It kind of looks like a dragon snout. But guess what it can do? Whenever it's hooked up, male to female side, it opens up to allow the goo-goo gum to go inside. And as you can see, it's got enough foam to put out a fire, and it goes into the back of the cervical dock. So the reason I am making this video is because some of you said, let me go in there. I want to put my head on the inside of that like I'm cave diving. I'm all for exploration. I'm all for people getting to try new things. But now is not the time. I have a PhD in fantasy physiology. So you should probably listen. It will literally close around your neck. This thing has a mouth for a reason, because nothing that isn't sperm is supposed to go in there. So when you try to put your head inside and it closes around it, yes, on one hand, your head's going to be floating in the cervical dock. And that can give birth to a beheader, which you don't want to become, which the world does not want to deal with. Just because you couldn't get a memo to not put your head in wet, hot caves. Moving on. If you are so down bad to breed with one of these things, just hear me out. All three of these dragon types have an alternate form. And once a dragon reaches adolescence, it solidifies that form. Like a perfect example of this would be Ignis kids. These are their normal alternate forms. As you can see, they can be both male and female. But the big thing to notice is that these forms, much like Lithoria learned, does not age. Which is why, funny enough, Laura is always pissed off. Imagine getting played to being eternally young in an alternate form. You're an ancient red dragon. You are almost as tall as a mountain. And yet your alternate form is like, boop. So, if you would like, man or woman, to mate with a dragon, maybe do the reasonable thing and try alternate forms. Because even if you have a preference for species like orcs, they can transform into those. But there is a downside. If that race has a special function about them, they can't use it. So you really can't breed with a forest elf because of their biological features that I can't show you on here. Same thing with the cave elves. You can mate with a nice elf, however, they won't have that scalding hot body temperature. And then the alternate way to have a baby with a dragon is through draconic grave rituals, which we will be covering in the mating manual. And if you'd like to have an original character in the mating manual as part of breeding team number 4, go ahead and grab a Diamond Guild sub and you can get an original character into the lore, or just follow the mating manual by grabbing a Ruby Gold sub.